So they'll know it's rigged if we think we're behaving ourselves.
Hey, there's Jenna. Jenna?
Jenna, you look puzzled.
Jenna, can you hear us? Turn up your volume.
This thing on?
That is that Miami fog she's got in her head.
Did she just get back from a trip?
Yeah, she's got back from Miami last night.
Nice.
So how many people on this call have a list this long of stuff to do from the National Wake Up Call?
Jeez.
Hi, Jocelyn, show me yours. I didn't see it.
Hold on. You want me to keep going?
This is from the National Wake Up Call?
No, New Leader Conference, sorry.
Oh. I was like, I better not watch that one or listen to that one.
Ridiculous.
This is just the videos I'm going to be making. I had to split it up because it was like way too much.
All right, peeps, I'm going to do a screenshot. Everybody smile. Hope you all look good.
Jenna, can you hear us?
She's trying from different angles. She's like, maybe I can get it from over here.
There's two Jennas.
Two Jennas.
Sorry.
Here.
Woo! Whoa.
That's pretty weird.
Hold on, I gotta leave. Y'all are like in Twilight Zone.
Hello.
That was perfect, sorry.
Shoot, that wasn't me.
Okay, so today we want to talk about everything we learned at the New Leader Conference. Sorry, not the National Wake Up Call. I thought, you tell me if you think this is a good idea. I thought maybe we could go through each presentation and talk about takeaways, like our hot topics from each of the presentations. Does that work for you guys?
I don't know. I think we'd be here forever if I was to read my notes.
I know. Like pages and pages of notes, but maybe just like one or two of each, like pop in our best takeaways.
Sounds good.
David, does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah, and I'm really interested in the one you guys posted about in the Diamond group because you guys were like chomping at the bit for that one.
That was the Bonnie Engel one, right?
Yeah, and I only got to hear like the first half of it.
Yeah.
I posted the one that is the full recording in the comments.
Oh,
Cool,
good.
thank you.
Yeah.
So was the topic like how to start your coaches, or was it more about like the how to create a culture of Success Club, or both?
Both, yeah. Yeah, she talked a little bit about the I do, you do, we do, right, which is always awesome. I do, we do, you do. She mentioned a book called Exponential. Have you anyone read that book?
That was Michelle Myers.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Sorry.
Just kidding.
Never mind.
I've heard of it.
It's actually one that's made for church leaders. So
Yeah.
the background on that.
Yeah, that's where I heard it from. She mentioned it. She spoke at the leadership conference.
Leading with service and strong work ethic was hers. And I think that was at the leadership conference, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to start with hers then?
Bonnie's or Michelle?
Bonnie's. Let's go
Bonnie.
Bonnie's.
So, the biggest one I love that she talked about was answering all objections publicly. So if you consistently hear a theme about coaching that people say, oh, I don't want to coach because X, Y, or Z. I don't have enough time, or I don't have the money, or I work full time, or I don't have the success story yet. She said, in every post that you do about coaching, be sure to answer that question indirectly, which I thought was genius. I've never done that before.
Absolutely. I actually did a Diamond Dash call on that yesterday for my team about starting to do that. Just how all those things that you hear, and it actually just started this whole thing, not even just coaching, but for the challenge groups as well. I used to think that I had to be in shape to be a coach, but I am so glad that I didn't let that hold me back, Okay, there's a great example.
Yeah.
I used to think that Shakeology was a protein powder. How silly. Like now I feel so good because of all the nutrients. So, I mean, I thought it was totally awesome. A great way to get your coaches to, number one, face their objections, because a lot of them are just so afraid of them. If they were to write them out, like what are those things that you were afraid of when you were signing up as a coach, and how have you overcome that now? And now you're sharing it publicly too. So it's like they have that conviction behind it.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
one thing
good.
I like about that, she said too, that I haven't really been doing, like you hear the whole post 3 to 5 times a day, but she posts one post every single day about the business opportunity. So, and then when she's in her 2 weeks of inviting to her coach sneak peek or her coach webinar, she does 3 posts a day about the coaching opportunity with one call to action every single day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa. So walk us through that. When you say 3 posts a day, but only one call to action, are the other ones more like low resistance posts where she talks about a benefit of the coaching opportunity or something?
These are
Yeah, she said she does a sneak peek on her page, basically ongoing coaching sneak peek through her main personal profile page. She forms people all the time. But she says she makes her main profile page basically like a sneak peek into coaching all the time.
And the 3 things that she'll post from are, number 1, answering objections publicly. Number 2, sharing the highlights of coaching. And number 3, basically your reality show as a coach, what life is like as a coach.
Read those again.
Number 1 was answering objections publicly. Number 2 was sharing the highlights of coaching. And number 3, it's basically your reality show.
That's one thing that I've always struggled with, like sharing the highlights. I mean, like my daily to do, like there's nothing exciting going on here. Today I sat down and watched the movie. You know, it's hard to. I've always been trying to struggle with like, what can I show that would make it look so much more? I mean, having the freedom, wasn't really feeling it, so I went and sat down and watched the movie. I guess I could have snapped a pic and said, thank you for letting me have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? So I've always kind of struggled with that aspect a little bit too. So I think it's cool to learn some of these things.
Well, and something else that she mentioned that may help you, Tim, too, is she was saying, like, and this kind of went with Melanie Mitros too, but finding that avatar person that you'd want to attract into your business, or that your niche person, your perfect person, and what would they be attracted to? What would they want? What problem would they have that you could solve for them, that you could post about the coaching opportunity? So if your niche is like, let's say, I know you said busy working parents. Well, then you could be posting about being able to do something at home that they can't do until they get home and they're rushed to do it or whatever.
It's a good idea. Thank you.
You can also go look at her wall too and see all these examples.
Something that she said, and I love the way she put it, but basically painting the picture of what it's like to be on your team. Make it easy for them to say yes.
Yeah, she said they'll basically come to you with no objections because you've already answered them all. You already lived the life. You are proof that this is a life that they want to live. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually saw one of her trainings right before you guys went there, and it was about battling objections. And I posted that photo on my Facebook wall with my Christmas tree and said, coaches don't have it all together. And that was a pretty big post, lots of comments, and from people I don't usually talk to on Facebook. But I was so excited at that idea of battling objections. It's so smart.
Yeah.
The next thing she talked about was onboarding coaches with the first win, which, I've struggled with is as soon as you get a coach, get them their first win immediately, whether it's paying for their Shakeology or getting them to Success Club 5 in the first month, or what else? What else did she say? Immediate wins.
Yeah, that's very Eric Worre Go Pro. Both things are overcome objections before they have them and helping them get their first win.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Success Club in the first 3 months is so important, and all she does is talk about Success Club.
She said that one part right there where she said the first 5 days that she does Signs of a Coach, the first 5 days she puts them in a group. She doesn't go over anything at all about the business except hitting Success Club. So the first 5 days of what does she call it? I think I wrote it down. Anyway, I don't know. Her first 5 days, all she does is she talks about Success Club. She provides templates for them to come out of the closet on their main page. She posts exactly how to tell people about a challenge pack. Like, she has all those scripts there for them. That's her only first 5 days of
the first. The first 5 are actually, like she says, action items to get to Success Club.
And she makes them do it.
Yeah.
She makes them do it. Yeah.
And she says by getting them to Success Club, she's solving all of their problems. They've got their challenge pack paid for. They feel fulfilled by helping someone else, and they're getting recognized as a success, for their first month.
Now, when we asked in the group if she would share her 5 posts, she said no.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was a little bit sad about, but we're forming a little team of let's figure out what those 5 days are. And one of them is how to close a challenge pack. One is announce your coaching publicly using one of the templates like Jocelyn mentioned. And what other ones? I think there was somebody else who came up with one of them. Oh, making a list of everybody you could ask. That's only 3 days though.
We have day number 2. Like, it was in the slide, and I got a screenshot of that.
That was the one announcing your post publicly.
Yep.
So it's like a 5-day jumpstart that's very action-oriented and giving them scripts right from the beginning.
Exactly.
What I thought was extremely awesome, and I know Anita Myron does this for her challenge groups, but she starts them all in a group chat. And then when she posts that important one for like coming out of the closet, she types in that chat, "Hey guys, I hope you saw this. It's so important for your business. Go check out day number 2." And then she provokes them to do something.
Is that what she was referring to as pods in her video?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, what? Hold on. I had to
She
rewind it.
creates like little mini groups so people feel safe in a group of only 3 to 5 people as opposed to, 45 people. Not that I would have.
So it's a group and it's a private message with everybody from the group?
No, these are 2 separate things.
No?
Yeah, the 5-day is just new coaches that she's just solely talking about Success Club. The pods are just something she does every month on the 15th, where she runs a Success Club point report, and anybody who has 1 to 4 Success Club points, she puts them into groups with people that have that same amount of points, and she rallies them to get into the Success Club.
I thought she started everybody out at the beginning of their new coach training in pods, and then she'll like go into them when she sees them. I don't know.
That's not what I got from it.
Ashley,
Guess what? There's actually, did you guys see where they posted the slides and the videos? So it's like just like watching it all over again. So we can do that.
Yeah.
Solve that.
They have the videos up from the conference?
Yeah.
And slides that went with them.
Is it from Beachbody?
Yeah.
The slides
I'll
are recording.
Yeah.
Could you
Just like that.
post that link?
I just downloaded it into like Google Docs, and then I can.
Sweet.
when I tried to download it, Ashley, did you go back in? It wouldn't take it. It wouldn't download it all.
I did it twice. Like
Okay.
I went back and it's like it's an error, and then I went back again and then all the little slides were there.
Okay.
I need to re-listen to it because I feel like I'm still slowly absorbing and things are coming to mind, and man, that was a lot. Basically, Success Club is absolutely everything for, recruiting January, February, March, and then getting your team to hit Success Club. Those new coaches is like my focus.
Oh, another thing that she talked about, I'm glad you said that, Ashley. She talked about creating a team culture for Success Club points. So she said, as a team, if we make, I don't know, pick a number, 100 points, I'm going to make it reasonable, right, Jocelyn? I'm going to 100 points with your team, then she has some sort of a celebration. But she said, don't just make it individual goals, make it a team goal as well, which I've never done.
It's kind of like a team cup, basically, like every month, really, is what it boils down to.
Exactly.
Yes, they said that.
He actually did say that. You're
Yeah.
basically
The
just
monthly team cup.
yeah. And she does immersion, saturating the team page with Success Club. Incentives are drawing. If anybody hits Success Club by the 15th of the month or whatever, they get in a drawing for a personal development book. They rally just like that by saying, if we hit this many points as a team, we're going to do something.
This sounds really similar to Megan Ewolton, who creates a culture of Success Club, and Brandy Botts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they mentioned that Brandy Botts, they got it from her. The 3 Lives Club. You do that too now, David, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I like the word immersion because that's really what we have to drive towards, immersion. And I also like the whole 5 days and then it's all action oriented. Sometimes I feel like if you just keep giving them assignments past that, even though they haven't completed it, it's kind of like saying, well, it's okay, you didn't do it, let's just move on.
Yep.
And it's like, no, that's all you need to focus on in the beginning, these 5 things.
Do you guys remember if she had any repercussions for people who didn't do the assignments?
I don't think she mentioned that. I think she was really big on like getting people into groups, and if they weren't like meeting the standard on her team, basically she would put them into groups and rally them to meet the standard, because if she wouldn't let anybody like fall wayside.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, what kind of repercussions would we have? I know Jenna and I have done coach basic trainings that we say, do your post today, and they don't do it.
Yeah.
Especially the coming out one.
Tar and feather them. Make funny memes of them. I don't know.
It's so funny to hear how different coaches do different things, you know, because we talked to Jessica Nelson down in Florida, and she's like, yep, we plug them into our training, and if they do something great, if they don't, we move on to the next one. It's just like, really?
So true.
Oh,
so true.
It's so crazy how everybody does different things. And
But that's true. There are different styles, but there are a lot of commonalities here. A lot of it's the basics, just actually doing them.
Keep it simple, right?
I love,
It was, yes, we overcomplicate. As far as like getting your coaches to do that, you know, it's not our responsibility. And something I wrote was like, from accountability to ownership, and but be blameless. So you've given them all the tools, you've given them the information, you've given them scripts, and giving them confidence so that you can be blameless in their success.
Who said that? Which was that one?
I just,
huh? Do you want to make her?
I think that's a country song. Blame.
Shameless, and we'll call it Blameless.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Little Garth Brooks reference right there.
And of course, well, just to close out, Bonnie, I think the last thing that I thought was fantastic, which is always lead from the front. You know, always make Success Club, of course, but put your name on the leaderboard. Talk about the volume that you're bringing. Talk about the actions that you're doing, because are you the coach that you would want to have?
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Like that's how she ended it. She said, don't follow other coaches. Be yourself. Are you the kind of coach you would want to have?
All right, coaches, real talk. Who's at Success Club already? Lead from the front.
18 points, baby.
18, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, I know something that I took away, that I think I follow too many coaches, and even just friends, mutual friends that are coaches, and unfollowing them, like still being their friend, but unfollowing them is going to be huge, because I think it takes away from your creativity. And somebody super special gave me that idea, but it's helping a lot. I'm not getting distracted either with, oh, I need to say that, or that's a great idea, I'm going to post something similar. Just being raw and real.
The only sad thing I have to say is my feed after unfollowing all the coaches is really, really sad. I'm so used to positivity for the last 2 years, all these coaches giving, you know, positive stuff. And then you move over to a non-coach environment where you unfollow everybody. And my feed is really, really sad.
Yeah.
You got to bring the light.
I'm trying.
I actually put my newsfeed eradicator back on, so that way I don't even see the newsfeed when I'm working on my computer. I just get rid of all the newsfeed just so I don't have to listen to it. That way I can focus and get rid of all the.
Oh yeah, that was a good app. Kill the news feed, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you use Google Chrome, there's one called Newsfeed Eradicator. You just turn it on and it just shuts it. It gives you a positive quote instead of the newsfeed.
Oh, good.
Yep.
You
And
can
yeah, you can still see your groups and everything, but.
Hi, sweetie. Hi, baby. Cute little face.
I gotta go get the twins.
Okay. Anything? Should we move on to another one?
Yeah.
What other big ones do we have?
Melanie Mitro, she had 2 different ones. She had recruiting and time management.
Oh yeah, we can share her slides too. Her calendar, if someone just, not that to copy, but so someone can just have an idea of what hers looks like and then kind of go from there.
Yeah. You do the marketing plan one?
Recruiting culture.
Okay. So we've already covered the, create the avatar of the coach that you want.
Yeah, and something I liked about what she said about that is every single post that she makes, well, she creates a marketing plan every week, and she chooses one topic that she's going to cover, and she's going to do it in everything that she does the whole week. She makes a blog about it, she makes a video about it, and every single post she makes the whole week uses verbiage towards that specific thing. And it's always geared towards the coach that she wants on her team.
Who is that?
Melanie Mitro.
That's really interesting because I'm in a mastermind with Vito right now, and he's teaching that same concept. If you have one major theme, he calls it an episode each week, that you create a video. And he actually mentioned she was supposed to be in this mastermind with us, but I haven't seen her in the group. Anyway, but yeah, you create one big topic, a video, a blog, and then you repurpose it in multiple ways.
Yeah, like one theme was working moms building a biz, like working busy moms. Like that's just the theme for the week, and everything she does is marketing around that, which I think is awesome.
It's actually the theme of her group. So her new Coach Basics group is all about building, it's her campaign. So she starts by writing her blog post that has everything, all the details in it. That's her source of reference. She makes a video about it. She pins all of her images to Pinterest, puts it all on Facebook, and writes daily posts targeting that busy mom based on this whole theme. And then all of a sudden at the end of the week, there's the call to action of, hey, join the sneak peek or join the business opportunity call. But she's been speaking to them a little bit throughout the entire week.
Like planting seeds.
Yeah. She had done a presentation on this before, and I watched that one, and like it blew up my mind. I loved it so much. But yeah, to hear her go in depth about it with this one was really great.
So is that her whole topic was like how to create content?
It was, go ahead.
It wasn't. I think something else I wrote down that she said is she does the same thing. She posts 3 to 4 times a day on the same exact content, just a little bit different way. And then the last post of the day during high traffic hours is always a call to action, to whether it be her challenge group or the coaching opportunity, depending on which week she's doing. So she does 2 weeks where she does all inviting the challenge group, and then she does the other 2 weeks a month all inviting to the coaching opportunity. And she has her calendar where she has that set up.
She actually shares that with her coaches so that they can be inviting to it, so that they're doing the same thing. She says middle of the month she makes her marketing plan and then her calendar, and she posts it for her coaches to see so that they know where to invite, but also so that they start their plans as well.
If you can see this, I don't know if you can, but this is so like these 2 weeks are where she does challenge group, and these 2 weeks are business opportunity. And then she has in there where she does the campaign for that week, whatever it is, the theme, and it's either geared towards a challenge group or geared towards a coaching opportunity.
And she got it all from Gary Vaynerchuk. It's basically jab, 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 and then her hook.
Oh, here's another one for you, Tim. She talked about, some of the benefits of being, she would do in her theme of being the working mom. Tim, you could say something along the lines of, on a Sunday night, be like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not stressed out about going back to work on Monday, that kind of thing. Little things like little tweaks of how wonderful it is to be coaching and not going back to, the hospital.
Yep. Okay.
And I would, Tim, that while we're on that topic, also just keep pounding home that message about the snow, how you don't have to go out there and plow the snow every time there's a snowstorm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I mean, just the other day, Lindsay, just Sunday night, Lindsay's like, man, I can't believe it's Monday already. She's got to go back to work. So I'm just like, it's Monday.
Every night is Friday night.
I'm like, all right, cool. I get to send the kids to school. It's daddy time.
Like, I'm so bummed for you, babe.
Yeah, bummer. Sorry. Yeah.
Something
It's hard
else
sometimes.
Sorry, Tim, go ahead.
I was going to say it's hard sometimes to try to almost sympathize. It's like, yeah, sorry, honey. Meanwhile, I'm jumping up and down going, yes, it's Monday.
The house is mine.
The house is mine. See ya. Have a good day.
She also...
Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
I was just going to say something with that posting and posting on those things. Both of them, both Bonnie and Melanie, said that they form people in every single post they do. So if you're attracting coaches that don't want to work, it's because you're posting things that attract people that don't want to work. So if you form your posts to attract people that are ready to really work hard, then you're going to attract those type of people. So like when you're saying, I don't have to go back to work on Monday, when you're posting, you want to say things about, I'm looking for hard workers. I'm looking for people that don't want to go to work, but still want to, work hard towards something you're passionate about. Like not say, oh, you don't have to do anything, or, make it sound like it's an easy thing. You want to attract people that are hard workers. You want to attract the type of coach you want to be in your organization.
That's such a great point.
Yeah, it is.
You see those posts from coaches where they say those things. Sometimes they're like, I can't believe that I get to make money just sitting at home in my pajamas and playing on Facebook all day. Like,
yeah.
Yay!
Nah, that's not quite it. So yeah, that's a great point.
Candy Crush.
A reoccurring theme among a lot of the calls about doing your own business opportunity calls. As leaders, you need to put yourself in a position to be viewed as a leader. And so I'm even at that place where I haven't run a business opportunity call yet. It's in the plans for next month. I'm like, all right, being consistent with it. It's the same day every single month. We're just going to do it. And it gives your coaches somewhere to invite to, but it's also giving you that credibility. You know what you're talking about. You do it every day.
Totally.
Having that confidence to step up and do it.
That reminds me of Brian Carruthers. Oh, I like your pajama pants. That reminds me of Brian Carruthers. He says, like in building an empire, he says, always have a weekly meeting to invite to, so that all of your, he doesn't call them coaches, but all your coaches know if it's a Tuesday, hey, our next one's on Thursday. It's always just a couple days away. Everybody can get involved in that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's so many different, we could use Zoom, you can use Google Hangouts. There's so many free options. A lot of people get hung up on needing a webinar software or whatever, and you can do it. There's so many different ways to do it for free.
Right.
And the slides are already built. All you have to do is plug your story into the slides, and tweak it as you want to,
Yeah.
And she said too, she's like, even if nobody comes to your first one, you do it and you record it, and all of a sudden you've got a recording to share. And you do it the next month, and maybe one person's there, whatever. But, you're getting that practice. And really, I think that's so crucial to actually becoming a leader. If we all want to be 5 stars, we better be doing this,
Yeah.
Does anybody know Bonnie? Like she got 15-star recently, right?
Yeah.
How much did she do in 1 year? Like how much rank advancing? Does anybody know?
I think she rank advanced 19 diamonds, I think they said, right? I think it was.
She was at the New Leader Conference last year.
At 2-star.
2-star. So in 1 year, she went to 15-star.
You know what's amazing about that is, I'll just be totally honest, but I stopped following her a while back because I thought her posts were so annoying. The face that she makes, the excited face. And I think the thing that's great about this is it just shows you that you can be you and you can repel certain people and you can still find your Bonnie face people.
Yep.
I was thinking that same thing today, actually.
What?
I was thinking that same thing today, actually. Because I've followed her, since I guess not even like 3 weeks ago, and I thought the same thing. It's the same face in every single post.
Hold on, let's all do it.
I can't.
That's what I loved about Shay Stanford at the leadership in Fort Lauderdale. Like, she said, I'm not going to do a post every day with my mouth open.
Yeah. Even Raina's starting to do the same face every day now.
Really?
Yeah. It's cute, but
It's fine if you're doing it like for an excited post, but every single excited post maybe is a little much.
Hey.
Check out my pajamas.
She did a post. Actually, Bonnie did a post today about being in her pajamas and like getting on calls with people. And if you look at her timeline, there's a lot of great examples. And, Alicia, going back to what you're saying about unfollowing coaches, I've found that my times of most inspiration is when I actually sit down and go, okay, I want to get ideas, maybe once a week. I want to get some ideas from other coaches who are having success. I'm going to go look at their wall and like analyze it for, okay, what are they doing? What kind of themes? Oh, I could do something like that. I could do something like that. Whereas if you get that on a daily basis, it almost like interrupts your flow.
I would agree.
You get hit by it.
Something I thought about doing is just putting those ones that I connect with and I really like to follow into a friends group.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they're not at the top of my newsfeed, and I can just go in there at certain times to check them out.
Yeah.
Rather than like all the time.
Yeah, it's true. Like if you want a good blogging example, that's for men too. Shane and Tim and Jim. A good one is Miguel Sarasco up in Canada. He does the whole Smartass Fitness. And anytime that I've just went and looked at his page or his blog, I've gotten so many good ideas. But it's one of those things you have to like put it on your calendar to go like, okay, I'm going to go look at the top 10 coaches and just get some ideas on what they're doing.
Yeah.
I used to do that. I would follow like a lot of top coaches, Melanie Mitro, and I would go to post my fitness posts, and I'm like, okay, I have to look like super excited. And then I was finally like, I'm not super excited to work out, and I'm just gonna say that. And I made like a serious face, and I had more likes than I normally got because I'm just like, whatever, this is me, and I'm not excited all the time, and so I had to finally just be me.
You're like, kids, be quiet. I'm trying to look excited over here.
I'm trying to look really happy.
You sound like Bat Dad.
Like, what?
Okay.
This is good. I see why you have so many notes, Alicia.
Yeah, it's out of control, man.
You're like trying to implement all of it at once.
Right.
Also talked about tracking your success. So, you do this campaign. How did it turn out? And then, working with your Success Club base and how to get more people next month. But she said the life cycle of a coach is 3 to 6 months. And she continues to recruit to keep her pipeline full.
Did she talk about that anymore? Like, hey, I'm going to try to help them hit Success Club in the first 3 to 6 months. And then if it doesn't happen, then I'm moving on, or?
She just said, focus on recruiting to succeed, not for just a warm body. That's why recruiting for the right people and talking to the right people is so important. But yeah, trying to help them see that success in 3 to 6 months. Some of them are going to have a slower start, but you need to fill your pipeline. Most of them will maybe run out within 3 months from their warm market.
Yeah, that's something else that they talked about in the panel. She's saying that you need to teach your coaches how to go into their cold market early.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I was
Because-
wondering, don't you think we should prep them for that? Like right off the bat, like, look, this is your warm market. This is where we're going to start you out for the first couple of months. But keep in mind, you're going to eventually grow this into a business and need a cold market. And maybe your niche is recipes or, Pinterest or YouTube or Instagram. I was just thinking that and wondering, don't you think we should tell our coaches that early on?
I don't think it needs to be very, very early on. Like, I think the focusing on Success Club and not overwhelming them, but
Yeah.
I would say between an emerald and a diamond, maybe, or getting close to diamond. Something that Kim Carver actually talked about was on the GSR call that you have with your new coach, just kind of setting up the expectations that there are going to be obstacles and that it may be easy in the beginning because of your warm market, but eventually you're going to face obstacles with it, and you have to be ready for that, and you have to just know what to do in the 8th mile is kind of what the theme was. Like if you're running a marathon, know what to do in the 18th mile, and just kind of set that up as an expectation, but not an overwhelming thing. But they said that teach how to go into your cold market early, because you don't want them to have a lot of success and then hit a roadblock and like not know what the heck to do. And that's kind of where I feel like I've been. So I kind of resonated a lot with that. Because, I that's where I've been struggling for the past few months.
And
so
I've been thinking about that, Susie, exactly what you said. I think the first part, those first 3 months, Success Club, Success Club, Success Club.
Yeah.
Coach training is teaching them the 3 vital behaviors, because that is the secret, 3 vital behaviors.
Yeah.
But, as you're having these mentorship calls with your new coaches, by the time they're getting to 3 months, you ask them how their list is going and say, all right, we need to find options to dive into the cold market. That's where free groups come in. That's where we, start looking into different platforms, whatever their niche is. But I think that's, a really good cycle to get your coaches, but it's really making sure that we stick with them, because it's easy to get them started. And then it's like, oh, I forgot to check in with them, and oh, we're 2 months in and now they're dropping off.
Right. Consistency and I just lost my train of thought. Because the number one reason for not recruiting is not having anyone to invite, not inviting. So that's why, after the first few months, bring that up for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Brittany, question for you. You were just mentioning like, hey, focus on Success Club, keep it simple. And then somewhere around the 3-month mark, start making that transition into cold market and free groups and stuff. Was your takeaway, and are you thinking not to emphasize the free groups as much in the beginning?
Yes. This is something we've been talking about in my team. Really getting them to be inviting to your challenge group right away. It's the same thing. You start as a coach. I started my last 2 coaches that same way is, all right, let's get you inviting to my group. Here's what you send to them. My newest coach hit Emerald and has 14 Success Club points this month.
I saw that.
What?
I saw some new name pop up at the top of our whole team's Success Club points.
Yeah, she's doing awesome. And she didn't even know if she wanted to do anything with the business. But I did give her the training stuff that we have. And so she's slowly working her way through it. But she did start with a free group. And it was just like a 7-day thing. And it wasn't our main focus. I said, we're just going to get people, you're going to talk to these people because they're interested in fitness. And we're going to convert them into the next challenge. So it wasn't like, because she really started halfway through the month. And I'm like, let's just get your people started in a short thing. And I don't know, we're still tweaking all of it, but it seemed to work really well.
Yeah,
that's something I took away too, is like, if you have a free group, like, so if you're talking to someone immediately as a new coach, you have a free group that you can put them into. So you're still like connected to that person, but not running like 7-day free groups. Like you want to go Success Club, inviting to challenge groups, get them Success Club starters, and then have them just set up a place where they can put people, say, well, okay, if you're not ready to join me right now, would you like to be a part of my free group? And that's just somewhere where you give value, but you keep them close.
Yes, I like that. I think that's a good balance. Because there is a lot of value in people who aren't ready yet to order a challenge pack, putting them somewhere so you can still build that relationship.
I agree. And that's kind of how we start ours, is their free group turns into their very first free group turns into their ongoing support group. So that's the way that they launch it, basically. And then from there, our job is to convert them to the next paid challenge. One thing that we've been using as a great tool is if we keep getting objections about Shakeology and the cost of it, we say, okay, your next group that you're going to run next month is a 6-day reset. And going from there, because it gets them, number one, commission from the sample packs, but they're getting a full experience. And we know that once they get in there, they love it.
Yeah.
And I think the goal, and just like what they said, is like to get them that first win. And no matter what that is, because some coaches come out and they already have that rapport with their warm market. So they're able to like rack up those Success Club points, no big deal. But then you have other coaches that don't have that yet. And so they are like kind of like goose eggs out there. Well, if you can get them even just 3 6-day reset, that's a win. So like, getting those wins first to keep them on fire so that it's not like a month of throwing stuff out there and then nothing happens and then they already give up.
Yeah, I like that. So almost, it sounds like that GSR in the first, 5 days is like if you're having a GSR, it's like, okay, your goal is to hit Success Club. You earn 2 points with this. You earn 1 point off of this. And my next challenge group is starting on the 26th. I want you to try to get 3 people to join that group. If you can get more, great, but aim for at least 3. You're probably going to have to talk to 10, 15. Here's some examples of how you explain the group. I'm going to give you the spreadsheet. Here's all the details. Here's how you overcome objections.
Yep.
So they have a singular focus of, I'm inviting to this group right here. It's your group. I'll host it. I'm hosting it for you. I'll be the coach leading it. We'll do it together. You can see how I do it. You can post in there too.
And actually, Melanie Mitro, she shared her calendar, how she says she starts her challenge groups the 3rd Monday of every month, and her new coach basics the 1st Monday of every month. And she said the purpose she does that is so that she has somewhere for her new coaches to invite to. So she's only giving them 2 weeks to invite to that challenge group. She wants them hitting Success Club before the 15th of the month. And so their very first week must be all about inviting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it. I see. Yeah. So like we're starting a new group on Monday, the 1st. And so the first 2 weeks is all inviting to the challenge group that would start the 3rd Monday.
Yes.
And the next group, it keeps repeating that cycle.
Yep. And she posts her calendar in their coach group, so all of her coaches know.
I like it. It's a system.
Oh, she's like the master of systems. Like, it was insane.
I fell in love with her because of it.
Yes, it was insane.
You have to have systems in order to generate that many points and deal with as many people as she recruits.
Everything from her marketing plan to her new coaches to her challenge groups, and everything was like precise system. There was nothing that was defaulted from
her calendar.
Her calendar's a system. She does a lot of calls too. So like she has calls within her new coach group. She has calls with, it looks like from her calendar, she does a leadership call, a power hour call, and it's like different coaches. She has her team call, of course, but she looks like she does weekly calls. She says she does a coffee conversation. She does every single morning, Wednesday morning. And that's just where she invites, all her coaches can come on this call and just have a coffee conversation about how to build their business.
Yeah. And she said that every new coach gets a call, and then she tells them, you can decide how often we talk.
Yeah.
She has an open acuity calendar where you can ask to be on her call or have a call with her. And another thing, which I thought, and Jocelyn and I were talking about this earlier today, that I think is genius, is you give that person that time, but you give them an assignment that they must complete. before you meet with them so that it shows that they've got skin in the game. If they don't show up with the assignment, you don't schedule it again because they have to prove that they want to do this. And, and Jocelyn said, teach them how to treat you. This is a respect of my time. I could be spending my time with another new coach or somebody else. You've got to complete the assignments on time.
Mm-hmm. And like work with the willing, and we always hear that, work with the willing. And I think that's huge. You want to give everybody that opportunity, but the people that want it, like help them, like give them that, do whichever you got to do to help the people that want it.
Even in your downline. I thought this was interesting too. She said, even in your downline.
Yeah, she said that's where that coffee conversation comes in. She said that's for her whole downline, not just her personally sponsored. Yeah. She said if anybody's willing to work the business end downline, then I do that for everybody.
That's a new thing we're doing on our team, creating that culture. Like anytime somebody hits Emerald or rank advances in my downline, I'm sending them a personal message congratulating them. If we have ones that are really rock stars with Success Club, the leaders are pouring into them. Like we're making sure that we notice them. So, if their upline isn't really, doing that, they're at least getting somebody that's noticing it.
Yeah. Okay. I think that covers that one.
Yep.
Hey, Jocelyn, you have the calendar?
Yes.
Do you have an electronic copy of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Will you post it in the Diamond group, please?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all part of the big folder that Ashley's going to put in there.
Yeah,
okay.
It's in there. Yeah, it's in there.
She's big on calendar.
Yeah, she is. And I actually she was talking about she does Google Calendar, and I actually got in there today and worked with it, and it is fairly easy. So.
I use Google Calendar for everything.
We all know that.
Yeah, I love Google Calendar.
I use it for everything. I don't use any other calendar. So.
Yeah.
She's OCD about her calendar. She plans out every minute of her day.
Every single minute, even family time.
She has so many hours every day planned out for family time that nobody talks to anybody as far as business goes. When she works out every day, it's a specific time. When she eats, when she does every call, when she does any of her work, it's a very minute by minute.
What if she can't go to the bathroom at the time she wants?
Yeah, probably can.
Probably can. Melanie Mitchell can.
Every day.
Sounds like she's got real-time freedom.
Oh, no. She's got it. She's got it.
It's kind of crazy. There's no way I could be like that. But she does. I mean, she even puts in, like, she's got family time, Landon time, which I guess is her son. Like, it's all, like, in her calendar.
My calendar looks pretty similar, actually, right now. So.
But her time management thing, I guess that's the next thing we can kind of like. Her second one was about time management. And the thing that I liked about that was she establishes business hours, which I think is good. I don't know about, timing every single, like when you have to go pee. But, she established business hours. She reduced time wasting activities during those business hours. And she chooses 3 things from a master list that she has to accomplish that day. Instead of like overwhelming herself with the long list. Like we showed you these long lists, like she chooses 3 things, she puts them on a post and she can mark those off each day. And then she moves on to the next day. She goes to another 3 things. So I like that. That's a
Shalene practice right there.
And she's big on, like when she's doing business, she gives herself a set of goals during that maybe an hour. If she accomplishes in that time, she gives herself a reward, like aimlessly scrolling Facebook for no reason, something like that, or going to do something fun. So she's like, I'm going to do these 3 things in an hour. She gets it done in 45 minutes. She has 15 minutes to do what she wants.
That's when she pees.
That's when she pees.
Now the secret comes out.
One thing that I thought was really interesting was she always asks herself, is this a time-wasting activity? Of course, we've read that before. But she actually admitted that her least favorite Beachbody task, ready for this? How's that? Her least favorite is inviting, which blew me away. She's Melanie Mitchell. Like, seriously, how do you of all people in the world, she said, so she makes that her frog for the day. She'll do it first thing after she works out, after she does her posts, she goes and invites, which that is her frog. Who knew?
Nobody likes inviting.
Yeah, right.
You might get rejected. You might get rejected. It's you know.
She says she plans 2 days where she works solely just on her own business. And then she allots different times for like coaches, but she works her own business for 2 mornings a week.
Oh, the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
So that's probably like her blogging and videos and stuff like that, the content creation.
No, well, she had a block for that too, so that might be different, but maybe it's the same day. It's more like check-ins, emails. Yeah.
So is inviting every day, or is that?
No, just 2 days a week. It looks like.
Her and Bonnie Engel were big on spend the majority of your time, 70-80% of your time working on your business, and give a little bit of time to the people in your downline.
No, but that doesn't look. When
Like
I look at her,
20%, that's what she says, 80-20.
That was in the notes. She said 80% is on her own business. Bonnie said the same thing, 70% on her business. And then the other 30 is working with the coaches.
Was that everything in that one? I think that's everything in that one.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I think the next big
thing
one.
that she said that I really liked was she said that she has a diamond of the week to build team leaders. So they pick one diamond on the team that's like kind of in charge that week to do like a training video or the team call or whatever. But they have a diamond of the week in their group, and that diamond does stuff that whole week for the team.
Oh.
Yeah, we tried that. That's where I got the idea from when we did our push to diamond late last year, leading up to the leadership retreat, when we had a different diamond doing the training each week.
Yeah.
That was good. You hear it
Yeah.
from different people. I like that.
But yeah, we could try to get that going on a more regular basis too, though.
Well, I think the whole point was like they were talking about empowering your coaches rather than enabling your coaches. So that was huge because, and I think that, a lot of us, we just kind of take over because we want things, but at the same time, you have to build those team leaders.
Yeah.
And they talked about using the leadership ladder to recognize your team and to train your team. And yeah, they talked a lot about like using the leadership ladder, and they broke it down in numbers, but they were talking about if you have a team leader, like a diamond that's in the team leader of the leadership ladder, 1% of those people in 2014 did not lose their rank. If they weren't in that team leader section of the leadership ladder, 35% lost their rank.
But they were diamonds.
So they said instead of shooting and making diamond the goal is to actually make them team leaders. So meeting all of those benchmarks. So you have a more secure diamond.
And didn't they say that they do outings and different things based on that instead of diamond? Instead of having like a diamond retreat, they'll have like a team leader retreat, which I thought was smart. That's really smart.
I agree.
And also that just creates them not to think that diamond's the it. And, once you hit diamond, like money's going to rain down and life's going to be, life changing. It's like you create that on the leadership ladder. I mean, it goes all the way up to 15 stars. So, your first goal is team leader. Like that's where your business starts. And then here's the step to get to, organizational leader. And so you kind of create a culture of not just diamond, which I really like that too.
I did too.
That was Michael Neiman, right? That was his?
Yes, Michael Neiman, yep. He also talked about creating advocates, that a coach isn't going to really stick around, or, continue to be what you want them to be if you don't create an advocate, and they have to see it to believe it. So you have to like get them to see the culture of being a coach.
So much information.
So what are some of the things that you guys are thinking, like, hey, I want to urgently implement this?
There
was one along with that was the they said what's recognized is repeated. So they were talking about recognizing on the leadership ladder rather than, which is going to be like Success Club and, you know, team builders and things like that. But they said recognize like who your team leaders or where you're at on the leadership ladder. And they said that should be the fourth vital behavior is recognition, because you should recognize what you want repeated. And it's not just Success Club, but just everything that you see a coach doing that you want them to repeat that behavior. You need to be recognizing it in your coach group or on your main page or wherever.
That was Michelle Myers too. She was talking about if you see a post or something, somebody doing something, share it in your coach group and say, and I did that the second she said it. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought about Sabrina, Jenna. And I was like, she did a post on Drinking Shakeology live, her first impression. And I know Kate's done it, David, you've done it. I'm sure all of us have done something like that, but she's relatively new. So I was so proud of her for putting that out there. And it went in, I put it in the group, and everybody in the coach group said something like, this is awesome, this is great. If I had done that video and shared it in the Diamond Mind, everybody'd be like, yeah, there's Lisha doing something awesome again. Whatever, bored with me, right? But
something awesome again.
You're never a prophet in your own land.
Never. So showing Sabrina and celebrating Sabrina, it was very successful. Right, Jenna? Everybody loved it.
Yeah. And
That's
you know,
great.
it just like lit her up too. That's the thing they talked about. You know, like every gym personality, recognition is something that they thrive for. Whether you're a pearl or a sapphire or whatever, recognition is something that everybody, you know, wants. So.
Yeah, I remember every employee survey I've seen, when they ask employees what's the most important thing, you know, what would make you stick around at a job, it's not money. It's always like respect, recognition, feeling appreciated, feeling wanted, feeling like you're making an impact, making like they're a part of the team. And money is like eighth, you know, it's like nobody will stick around just for the money.
Yep.
Yeah, whenever I talk about my office job, I always say, yeah, if I worked late on a Friday, my boss gave me Starbucks gift cards or whatever. Like that's the only thing I refer to when I talk about that job, is my boss giving me little gift cards and stuff. So
your hair is changing as this call goes on.
I had just gotten out of the shower.
Around it.
It's drying and curling all on its own.
I wish mine changed like that.
I have to
Working
go.
on it, David. It'll come.
It'll grow out.
It just keeps falling out.
You know, another one that I definitely, so in addition to the recognition in my group, the other thing that I want to do is come up with that immediate Success Club start. That is huge for me. I have to figure out, do I do it in pods? Do I do it in, you know, with all of my downline? I've got to get the culture of Success Club in the first month. I've never done that. And I know that that's why I'm not making the elite points I want to. So whatever that is number one on my list. Number one.
That's I think that's great. And, you know, I mentioned this to you on Voxer, but I'll mention it to the whole group. I posted in the Coach Club, guys, and I said, hey, we're going to start a 30-day boot camp on Monday, and ton of interest. So now I'm looking for leaders who want to run that. And I'd love to have a Zoom chat tomorrow and just kind of take into account some of the things you guys brought back from the New Leader Conference, and then bounce it up against what we have already, the assignments. And then let's just kind of tweak the order and the focus and figure out how we can do that. And each of you can run your own groups however you want. But yeah, I would love to do that team-wide, just really reinforce it and support that culture of Success Club, recognition, you know, all of that good stuff. So if you want to lead a group, if you want to participate tomorrow, we're going to do like a Zoom to just kind of review the assignments and the sequencing and the timing. But the good news is we're starting it on the 1st, and the plan right now, the assignments I already have, is gearing them towards inviting to a challenge group on the 3rd Monday of the month. So I think it'll fit nicely with kind of what we talked about The new coach bootcamp that I have does not have them inviting to a free group or a 6-day reset at first. The first 2 weeks are purely inviting to challenge groups.
Perfect.
And the 6-day reset is a backup for all the people who said, no, I can't afford it right now. Then you go back to them in a few days later and say, hey, well, we're going to do this 6-day. But anyway, we can talk more about that tomorrow if you want to participate and kind of put some of this into motion.
When's your call, David?
I haven't scheduled it. I'll just look at the calendar once we get off of here, or unless you want to do it right now. Let's see.
While you're looking, I'll say one more thing that I have on my list of things that I kind of took away, and this might be huge for some people, and some people may be already doing this or whatever, but Jeff Hill said, outsource things you don't feel passionate about and focus on the things you do. So if it's something that just kind of bogs you down or something you're not passionate about and you can outsource it, then do so.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Totally.
I've been seriously considering hiring an assistant just for that purpose, because you can get them from all different sources. I mean, you can hire somebody full-time for like $500 a month. It's great.
If you want to hear something that blows your mind, Shalene has a podcast on it, and there's a book on it. There's a website of a guy who he finds people in the Philippines, and they will literally work. You can hire one for 20 hours a week for like $300 a month, or up to $500-600 a month for 40 hours. They're working for you, your personal assistant, your virtual assistant, and run all your reports, generate your Success Club, run your volume reports, run all that stuff and deliver it to you so it's ready to go for you to recognize people. That's something we're going to do this year as well.
Another thing that, and it's the same theme consistent with the You Are a Badass course that I took. It was an 8-week course. And she said, anything, and it's the same thing, Shalene, anything that you hate doing, pay somebody to do it. Laundry, doesn't matter, pay somebody. She said, even if you are broke, do it anyway, because the value that you provide in another part of your job is, oh baby, sorry, ADD squirrel, is where where you are going to bring the most value to the world.
Yep.
Not doing it.
I pay a housekeeper $60 a week now. Is the best investment I've made in my business in years.
Hey, wait a second, buddy. You're home all day. No, I'm just kidding.
Awesome. It's the best thing ever.
I spent 3 weeks trying to fix the lights in the basement here. 3 weeks, guys. I went to Home Depot more times than I can count. Back and forth, replacing switches, plugs. Finally called an electrician. He had it fixed in 30 minutes. He charged me $55. And he also found that it could have started a fire, and he replaced the breaker. And so I was like, why didn't I call him sooner?
Goes to show you, buddy.
It's just another reminder. I was like, that is not my strength.
Do what you're good at.
And fixing the house is not my strength.
I had this conversation with David a while ago, just to tell you that, he was talking about paying the guy for website stuff. And it's like, if you pay him $15 an hour, is your time worth more than $15 an hour? You think about what you make an hour, and is it more than $15? If it is, then you're wasting money doing it yourself. So just think about that for a minute. When you have to put it in perspective, you're like, can I pay somebody? It's like, well, if I can pay somebody $4 an hour to do something I hate, and I could go make $30 an hour, why wouldn't I do that? Focus on your strengths.
Jocelyn, do you work tomorrow?
Actually, I am not working tomorrow.
Wow, how'd you pull that off?
I have a conference in Savannah, which, is just terrible to have. But tomorrow we're leaving. So I'm not technically leaving till probably 3 or 4, but I took off the day because I had to leave tomorrow.
Ah.
It's a professional day.
Got it.
But no, so I won't be, but I'll be leaving. I'll be in a car. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. I think we're leaving around 3 or 4. So.
Okay.
Last thing, I just went through my book one last time. Last thing I saw was John Congdon saying that there's going to be a new back office coming out and a new shopping platform coming out very soon. And I know you've mentioned it at leadership when you went to leadership last time, David, but he said it's closer than we think. So that was
really
this fall.
Last I heard was end of this year, 2016. But that challenge group app that's going to be coming out here in pretty soon, a month or two. I think that could really change things too. They're adding a lot of features to it, and the ability for us to see when our challengers do their workouts and do their weigh-ins and all that could be really cool.
Are they going to add a food tracker to that?
I haven't heard that, but I think their goal is to plan some kind of integration with the club membership where there's like the meal planner and stuff like that, the recipes from all the, the workouts.
Okay.
But I haven't heard about a meal or food tracker, like calories and stuff.
Okay.
Maybe that would be like phase 2.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will schedule something for tomorrow if you guys want to coordinate. If you want to do it on your own, that's totally cool too. I just know that a lot of people in that group said, I want in this boot camp, and they might be in your downline. So, I don't want to hijack and start directing them some other way. But yeah, I'll probably schedule it. It's going to be in the middle of the day. I'm looking at my calendar. It'll probably be like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like 2 p.m. Eastern? Does that work?
It'd be good for me.
For those who want to be on it?
On this call, are you going to go over what you're going to cover and all that?
Yeah, and I can even send you the assignments. They're all listed out on Simple 5 Coach right now. It's 21 days worth, but like one swap we could make is, I think in the first week we have how to achieve Emerald, but we could swap that with how to achieve, like day 4 is how to achieve Emerald. We could swap it with like how to achieve Success Club, because that comes in the second week right now. But yeah, it's all about like get in the groups of your coach, and then invite to a challenge group, announce your why, make your coming out. Is it coming out of the closet? All that. I think it fits really closely with what you guys are talking about, but we could tweak it just to put more emphasis on Success Club.
Something that I put in there, one way that we've been inviting and teaching our new coaches to invite is by giving the coaching option right away. We are doing, we do the invite. Awesome. We're so excited you want to join us. Well, there's 2 options for you to enroll. It's up to you which way you want to do it. The first one, you can basically become a coach. You can do it for the discount and leave the coaching to me. It's not a big deal, but it's going to save you the most money. The second one is just to sign up with the challenge pack. And a lot of our challengers are just going for option 1 right away. So it's been really beneficial.
The key to that is converting them to active coaching. And I learned something brilliant from somebody named Jocelyn. She said that what she'll do is she'll spotlight them on her wall for Transformation Tuesday. And then when their own friends start making comments and asking about it, inquiring, it's easy to make that transition to, hey, well, we could sign them up through you and they could be in my challenge group. Now all of a sudden you got an active coach. Absolutely.
Another way is we message them, letting them know their Shakeology is going to reorder, and we make a point to say, if cost is going to be an issue, I will personally help you get it paid for. Oh, how do you do that? Well, find 3 people. So, yeah, that's another way that we're getting them to just actively start thinking.
That's critical, because otherwise teams, and I know Christina has this going on, and Ashley, if you have too many discount coaches and then you think you've achieved a certain rank, and then that rank crumbles because they were just a bunch of customers and they're like, oh, I had 2 bags. I just canceled Shakeology. I didn't even realize it affected you.
Right.
They're like, what? So yeah, if you're going to sign everybody as a discount, then you got to make that focused push on converting them to active.
Exactly. That's one of the things I was concerned about when we first started it, but seeing as how we're trying that, and I especially love that Challenger Spotlight. We've got to focus on ways to do that.
Can you share that script, Brittany? Will you share that?
Yeah. Put it.
That's actually, oh good, yay! It said ask Brittany for the script.
Yes, I will put it in there.
Darker where you're at, buddy. As time goes on. Turn on the light, brother.
I had my accountability call with Keyshawn Graves yesterday for the first time, and something that she kind of gave me an idea about, if you do, or when you're starting a challenge group, some of them may be signed up as coaches and some of them challengers, but either way, she said, if you do, like, you basically set expectations for your challenge group, but you give them a preface to what, and the whole time you're kind of forming them for that opportunity and saying, like, at the end of this challenge group, this is what's going to happen. We're going to share your results, and we're going to have a virtual party with everyone in the challenge group. and talk about how to get your next month of Shakeology for free. So she says she doesn't really like throw out the coaching opportunity, but she kind of prefaces that, or she didn't do it. She's not a coach, but she was saying that other coaches have done that and had really a lot of success with it. So I like that, to kind of at the beginning launch group, even if you don't have someone that's already signed up as a coach, you kind of start prepping them for that, so that when that comes, they're like, yeah, I mean, I want to get it for free. Or I remember she was talking about that, and so they know they're going to share their results, and they know that they're going to be eventually able to get it paid for the next month if they want to.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of that. It's like, hey, just invite 3 people to my next challenge group and yours is paid.
Mm-hmm.
You never said, hey, be a coach and go out there and, this and that. Just.
Yeah, because the coach word freaks people out. If they aren't at their goal, they think that to be a coach that they have to be me. And they see me all over the place and doing videos and posting. And so to kind of help them see that they can do that without being a coach, like they see me, is important.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff, guys. Anything else that you wanted to share with the group?
I will say that Carl Deichler kind of talked at the beginning, and it seemed like the whole theme was that to create a sense of helping people and not leading with the financial opportunity as much as leading with value. Hold on, what did I say? He said, don't invite people to wealth groups, invite people to motivation and support groups. He said, if you focus on the financial opportunity, your business will fall out September through December. If you focus on giving value and people giving other people value, then during those months, people are going to stick around.
That's good.
So I really like that too.
Yeah, he said exactly. He said in all businesses, you want your people to start effectively. You want them to stick with it for at least 2 months. And he said you want them to feel so empowered by it. You want them to feel compelled to share it by themselves. They're going to share it themselves, their own success by themselves. He said, and then be relentless with it, and that will get you successful in this business. Start them right, keep them sticking with it, and then make them tell a friend. I think that's it. Was that it? Oh, compliance. We can't skip compliance. They did talk about compliance. It was like 10 slides and don't talk about the income.
The main thing was buying.
Huh?
Yeah. I said the main thing they were like all about was no bonus buying.
Which I don't even know what that is. Can you tell me what that is? I don't even know what that is.
It's basically paying for your coach to stay active. Somehow you're paying for your coaches to stay active. So like if you have a coach in your downline and you're going to lose rank, you go and pay for that account to stay active.
Never done that before.
What's that?
I've never done that before.
Never heard of it.
Never. Nope. Let's talk about.
I'm with Alicia. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know what that is. I really did. I thought bonus buying meant like buying a whole bunch of Shakeology and selling it on eBay, which is also illegal, but I don't even know what that's called.
So I'll tell you somebody who got busted, a 15-star diamond. She literally got one of those like gift cards where you could put a bunch of money on it. And she handed out the gift card number to like all of her diamonds, and like they were putting thousands of dollars on it a month. And she would just reload it so that she could keep her 15-star. So she was just buying like just dozens and dozens and dozens of orders of Shakeology for people.
Holy smokes.
And she was an attorney too. She was out in New York. She was a Hispanic lady.
So in order to get her 15-star bonus, which is, tens of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Wow.
She was spending thousands of dollars a month, all on the same credit card, on the same like gift card. And she was just like, hey guys, I'll just keep refilling it. And they came to her and said like, you can't do this. And she was like, Since when?
What?
Why not? She was trying to fight it. She was an attorney, and she ended up. They ended up forcing her out. She quit and went to Body by V right before they like fell apart.
She was at a Super Saturday, wasn't she? She was featured in a Super Saturday.
Oh yeah, I can't even think of her name right now, but she was big time.
I know her. I thought, yeah. I don't know her personally, but I know who you're talking about.
It's not the one in Puerto Rico, by the way. It's not Irene. It's not Irene Estrada. It's the other one.
The other one. Who's the attorney?
Yeah, it's not Christina Delgado either. Down in Miami, but anyway.
The other one they said is the big pools. Any type of big pool of group. The maximum you can give out in those is $5,000.
That's because of us, baby. We caused that rule.
He's like, there were coaches that did like 30,000.
No, that was us. 70,000. That was us. That was because of our group had leadership. We were like, yes. When they announced that, it was funny. Everybody was like looking at me. They were like, what?
But you're allowed to do them. You're just not allowed to do them to that extreme.
Yeah.
That was just sheer volume. There were so many people in that group. I mean, how long did it take you to pay those checks, David? You must have been on PayPal for 4 days.
Please don't remind me.
Did you pay to get that done?
That was a dark moment. You can't really pay somebody to like, here, will you distribute my $70,000 into the right accounts? It's like, I couldn't even outsource it, you know? Who am I going to trust to do that?
Right?
Yeah.
I think that was
another thing they said too, that they were talking about when you post about like the opportunity on your page and things like that, you have to use that income disclaimer no matter what. He's like, it doesn't look sexy, but it's what's legal. So whichever one you want, you know. They just gave an example of like, I bought this house. Thanks, Beachbody. But one had the disclaimer and one didn't. And one's illegal and one's not.
Yeah.
She's here.
The other one that was important to me that really rung true with me was it said, don't claim that you're curing any disease. So I had to really digest this one because of my IBS. It would say, it cured my IBS, but you're allowed to share your own story. So for me, it's okay because I say it cured my IBS. I'm not saying that I'm going to cure yours, but it is, don't make it a claim of cure. So
yeah, that's true. That's where other companies have got busted when they claim it's a cure.
Yeah.
So that one really rung true for me. I'm done. That's all I got. What else you guys got?
I mean, I think that pretty much covers the highlights. I mean, we could probably, spend hours and hours talking about everything, but I think that's the most important things.
It's so awesome to see you guys out there. Seriously.
Did you guys see the final picture of our blue steel? Did you guys see that?
Where was it?
Hold on, let me share my screen.
The what? Blue steel.
Zoolander.
I don't know if it's gonna work. Hold on. No, I don't think it's gonna work. Never mind. I'll post it.
Awesome. That was
All
good.
right. Zoolander 2 is coming out.
Yeah, it is.
Can't wait. All right. Thank you, everybody, for meeting on such short notice.
This was awesome.
Yes,
Thanks so much.
everybody.
Please post the recording when you can.
I will do it right away. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.